Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 spring cheapies for 2024. I'm sure I'm going to do another video like this, but this one here I wanted to make a little bit different. Yet it's not all that different. There's like 2 fragrances that probably get a little bit more mention, all right? But the first one just never gets any mention except for more maybe summer lists. And that's going to be Azzaro Chrome Intense. I find that this is more of a spring fragrance than a summer scent because it's just a little bit intense, okay? A little bit more, it's a little bit heavy, I find, for the summer wear. But with this fragrance here, there's like lichen, there's ozonic notes, there's mate, ginger, grapefruit, and so on. But I feel like that there is coriander in this scent. I don't know what's giving off that vibe, but for me, it just feels like coriander is listed. It's like the coriander that kind of gives it a little bit of a oomph to this scent, in my opinion. Very green, quite aldehydic in my opinion. With that green mate, that musk, and a little, like not so much like the original Chrome, but there's something metallic in it. This is just like an everyday wear. For me, I think it might resonate a little bit more with the older guys because, let's be honest, you know, the original Chrome, 1996 release, it's just so synonymous with so many Gen Xers and Boomers. That made, like, a lot of young people, I can't really see really caring for the line, more so for like the Wanted line. I could definitely see them liking that way more so than this line, but this lineup has some really good offerings. It's got like Extreme, it's got like the original, it's got like Polo, it's got Pure, and so on. This one just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. But for me, again, just has a little bit more of an older man's vibe to it, and I think it's a prime work scent, or just like an everyday wear. Nothing formal, but if you work in an office where you have to wear a suit and tie, this is a good option for it, as it's not going to offend anybody. Yeah, it's got a little kick to it. It's more of an everyday man's fragrance. Longevity, you're gonna get about 6 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 2, this is just an everyday wear. It's just everyday, and this scent just never really got any mention. I can understand why, but it's a brand that I'm really getting into. Kenzo Low 2. Now, when you think of low, okay, well, the low fragrance, not like low. Low means water, but just Kenzo Low, it's very aquatic. This is not aquatic at all. Like, yes, the bottle is in the shape of a wave, but there's nothing aquatic to it. This is actually a very woody fragrance. So it's got like cedar, spruce, juniper berries. It's got like some spices, some lavender, a little bit of ginger to like energize it. I find it's like the juniper berries and the ginger that both give it a little bit of kick, and there's bitter orange. There's no aquatics at all. I just find that this is an everyday fragrance, but more on the casual end. This isn't like an everyday fragrance, but it's great for work. This, yeah, you can wear it to work, but it just has a little bit more of a laid back feel. Longevity is gonna be about 6 to 7 hours. Number 3, this one gets a little bit more mention, and I get it, it's a damn good scent too, and for the price tag, you can't complain. Bentley for Men Azure. This is actually quite nice. I believe it has pimento, it's got pineapple, tangerine, or clementine. I believe it's tangerine, but there is absolutely that fruity accord. It's got tea, violet leaf, paprika, and I think like 1 or 2 woods. Definitely the tea, a little bit of that paprika, pineapple for sure. The violet leaves is what adds that aromatic touch. And this is just a great all-around fragrance. Like, it's sweet, it is fruity, a little spicy, and definitely aromatic. Now, even though that it is like a little sweet and fruity, I do think that you can wear this to a daytime semi-formal event. Nothing like over-the-top formal, but if you're going to like a wedding and it's daytime, you know, you could rock this with a suit and tie. I really do think that you can, but it's also a good work fragrance. But if you want to just wear it casually, white t-shirt and jeans, prime for that. Just everyday use. Longevity, you're gonna get about 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 4, this one is gonna be the oldest one in this video, and It got a lot of hype back in like, I think it was 2015 to like 2017 because of Jeremy Fragrance. It still gets some mention here and there, but for what you're spending, it's really good value. Moschino Uomo. This has musk. It's got aldehyde. So if you don't like either or, this is something that you may not like. It's also got like cinnamon, some nutmeg, I believe. Definitely the cinnamon. It's got some coriander, some cedar, and it's also got like cyclamen. I believe that there's a either like kumquat or some sort of citrus accord, but what it pretty much is, it's very musky, very aldehydic with woods, and there's like a little bit of a musky, sorry, not musky, but powdery undertone. It's like old school masculine, like, you know, guys that were not about like a rah, 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 but like the gentle masculinity, like the gentleman, like the kingsman, you know, guys back then who knew how to dress properly, who was all about like the gentility, but knew how to throw down. That like when it came to business, they knew how to kick ass. That's what that type of masculinity to it. Is it overly masculine? No, because like when you're thinking of like really masculine fragrances, for me, I'm thinking of like Bentley for Men, Absolute, Versace Pour Homme, Oud Noir, like just like the really in-your-face heavy fragrances. You know, like your Brock Lesnar type of fragrances, that type of masculinity. There's different types of masculinity out there. Now, some guys will say red pill, will not agree with that, but it is what it is. You know, I don't live on the internet. I live in reality. I live in the matrix, as they would say, but that's a bit of a dig at them. I don't care. Been doing this for over 10 years and I still don't give a shit. But this, guys, this is just for everyday wear. It's definitely going to resonate more with the older guys out there, but if you're a younger guy in their early 20s or even teens and you like it, then wear it. And I think it's a great office fragrance. It's just an everyday scent, very much like this one here, all right? And longevity, you're going to get about 6 to 7 hours. And last but not least, I would say that this is the most gentlemanly fragrance in this list. Came out in 2001, and one that's just been forgotten. It's from Montblanc, and that's going to be Presence. This is actually quite nice. There's definitely some warm spices. So you are going to get ginger. There's some cinnamon. I don't know if there's some cardamom to it, but there's definitely warm spices. Comes across as a little musky. There's some teak wood. I don't know if there's any like sandalwood or cedar, but there is teak wood. There is heliotrope as well. Now the heliotrope does add that powdery nuance. If you don't like powdery fragrances, this is one that you may not like. Now this is more powdery, I would say, than this one here. This is also more gently than this one here. And there's also going to be like an apple accord to like sweeten it up a little bit. But for me, powdery, musky, warm, spicy, and I feel like there's a little bit of like an ambery touch. It really is. Like, but this just very gently, more for an older man. If you're a younger guy who likes it, hey, more power to you. Wear what you want. That's what I say. This is perfect for like the springtime, but as well fall and performance. Yeah. It's pretty damn good from what I remember, like 8 to 10 hours. And this is very versatile, dressing it for like something like this all the way to a tuxedo. And guys, that is my top 5 spring cheapies for 2024. Any reviews that I've done on these, they will all be down in the description box below, so please check those out. And because that this is a spring cheapie list, why don't you check out right here. And if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. Thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.